Okay, this practical is about identifying ions. Okay, and again, it's a triple only, so it's only going to come up on the triple paper. And it's basically using chemical tests to identify ions in an unknown single ionic compound. Now, there are 4 tests. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through each one of the 4 independently. Right, so activity number 1 is the flame test. So what you do is you put 1 centimetre depth of each of the labelled chloride solutions into 5 test tubes. So you've got 5 test tubes, 4, 5, and you put 1 centimetre of each of the chlorides into the test tube. So you've got 4 liquids and you don't know which is which. And what you're doing now is you're looking for the metal. Okay, so it is the positive charge one. So what you do is you dip your nichrome wire into the first solution. So what you can do is you can kind of see it there, right, where you've got a boiling tube and you've got a solution. On the end of it, you kind of got like a ring. It's like an inoculating loop, really, used in biology. And then what you do is you put it right into the middle of the blue flame and you record your observation. Because what you're going to do is you're going to see a different colour for each one of them. And whatever the ion is then going to burn at a different colour. Now, in between each one, you've got to make sure you clean them very, very well. Now, the best way of actually cleaning them is to put them back in the Bunsen flame and make sure that they keep on getting heated up until there is no colour or no observable change in colour. And then you repeat it for the next one. So the first one I've got on here is it goes crimson, right? And that crimson means it's a lithium ion. If it goes yellow, that means it's a sodium ion. If it goes lilac, that means it's a potassium ion. If it goes orangey red, that means it's a calcium. And if it goes green, that means it's a copper ion. That's the flame test. The second one is looking for a carbonate. So we're looking for carbonates. So what you do is you put 1 centimetre depth of each of the labelled sodium solutions. So this time what we've got sodium solutions into 5 test tubes, boiling tubes, 3, 4, 5. Put 1 centimetre of lime water into a 6th one. So we've then got a 6th one, and inside there we've then got lime water. Add 1 centimetre depth of dilute hydrochloric acid to each of the sodium salt solutions. So we put 1 centimetre of acid in there, acid in there, acid in there, acid in there, acid in there. And if you see bubbles, get a little pipette, right, and suck in the little kind of bubbles into the pipette itself. All right, so what you can do is you can see it here. So that's like a rubber thing that you kind of squeeze at the top. And if you see bubbles, suck the actual gas into the pipette. Then go to your lime water and blow the bubbles into the lime water. If it goes cloudy, that means that is a carbonate. Now, the method itself sounds like you're doing them all at the same time. But obviously you don't. The best thing to do is kind of do each individual experiment, see if it bubbles, test the gas as you're actually going through it. Activity number 3 is then looking for sulfates. So what you do is you've got your 5 test tubes again, right, of sodium solutions. And then what you do then is you add acid again to them, a few drops of acid this time, into each one, do one at a time. And then you add 1 centimetre of barium chloride, okay? And when you add the barium chloride, if it is a sulfate, you get a milky white precipitate appearing. Right, so you've got your sodium solutions, you then add a little bit of hydrochloric acid to it, then add your barium chloride, and then barium chloride goes milky white, right? It's like a precipitate that comes out if it is a sulfate. Activity number 4 is then testing for halides. So what you do with this one is pour 1 centimetre cubed of the label, things in again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, add a few drops of nitric acid to each one, and then 1 centimetre depth of silver nitrate. And when you actually add the silver nitrate to it, if it is a halide, you get a precipitate. Right, so just repeat that again. You've got 5 test tubes, 5 boiling tubes, right, of your solutions, a few drops of nitric acid, Then add silver nitrate, which is this stuff here. If you get a precipitate, that means it is a halide. So what you need to do is you need to know all 4 of those tests, right? And make sure that you understand exactly what's going to be going on with each individual one. Because in the exam they could sort of say, you do this, and you add barium chloride to it. As soon as you hear that they're adding barium chloride to it, you then know which individual test it is.